Hello, everyone. This is your new moon reading for August 8th, 2021. And we are going to get right into it because we have quite a bit to actually cover today, which I thought was kind of interesting. We are reading from 3 decks of cards. Basically, the first deck of cards is Diana Cooper's Archangel Animal Oracle cards, which are absolutely beautiful. I mean, I don't have any decks of cards that aren't beautiful, but I just thought I'd mention. Then the next one, of course, is Monology Oracle. And just to note that chances are not everything in the Monology card deck will come up as per se, like the new moon. It might come up and say full moon or some other message, but it's basically a message that is attributed for this new moon time period. And the third deck of cards that we're going to be looking at is James Van Prague's The Soul's Journey. So basically we have 3 in each. So the number 3 is a very, very pertinent number right at this time. And we're going to get right into this. So the first deck that we're using is the Archangel Animal cards. And the first card we have, once again, I have not looked at any of the cards, is Camel. Be forebearing and patient, Archangel Raphael. If you think of camels, you think of them basically holding as much water, holding what they have as they go through a dry desert. And it's basically survival, keeping them nourished, keeping them from basically going into a particular state where they're hungry or they could die, but within a desert situation. So I kind of look at this and saying that not so much feast or famine, but that we may look at some options in the world today as a sort of a feast or famine situation. I know I said not, but basically it's more at the time of this new moon, we are looking at so many different energies out there. And we know what's happening. We know that the countries are rebelling against certain restrictions. And we also know that there's a time during the new moon where energies are just crazy. They're they're chaotic all around us. So at this time, looking at be forbearing and patient, the camel is reminding us to go within, stay within ourselves, stay grounded, stay in the eye of the hurricane and not stepping foot into the hurricane that is happening around us. So let's read through the card and basically see if there's anything more that I can clarify for you. About camels, for example, camels incarnate from Lacume, the ascended aspect of Sirius. They carry much wisdom and are waiting patiently to share this with humanity. They will download this to us as we become more telepathically receptive and are ready to progress into the new golden age. As camels move from meditative, empty deserts to noisy, chaotic towns, they are learning and teaching about balance. They are also transforming lower frequencies into light. Much sacred knowledge from Lacume is contained in their divine blueprint, and this they pass into the golden 5th dimensional ley lines wherever they go. They are helping to maintain the grids for us. Camels are also demonstrating to us to use resources wisely. They have learned to conserve what they have and use it with discrimination so that there is enough for everyone. So the message is this: you are blessed to receive this card of wisdom. It suggests you hold golden wisdom in your divine blueprint and that in your lifespan you have contracted to share this with humanity. This path calls on you to practice patience, forbearance, and humility. You may feel ahead of your time. Many will sense the light you carry and will react to it in different ways. So you will need to stay in balance whatever is happening around you, like I was saying. If you do not fully recognize who you are, your guidance is to sit quietly, place a golden sparkling light around yourself, and call on Archangel Raphael, the angel of wisdom, to help you attune to your true self. Then expect the deep knowing held in your soul to start coming forward. Conservation is one. Basically, that's coming out very, very clearly here, is Also, knowing that conserving and or being a little more frugal, frugal with your spending, your like acknowledging that which is around you in the groceries, basically to buy with discernment. um, and what else this is basically saying is that you have this incredible blessed wisdom within you, that it's also a guidance system to guide you into what you feel is the absolute truth for you. And in a lot of ways, we're looking at a particular time where the truth for ourselves may be different from the truth from someone else. And this is where the camel is saying, basically, be patient with yourself and with others around you who are also on this journey to decide what is truth for them. So if you are in any doubt, they're saying to call upon the Archangel Raphael, the angel of wisdom, and you can call on your guides basically for help, for clarity, and for also aiding you in deciding what to spend your money on or what to spend your time on. It could be spending time in nature is what is needed, or maybe just spending time by yourself doing what you like to do. We have a lot of things going on. As they say, the camels move from a meditative state into noisy and chaotic towns. They're actually containing and teaching us to balance. And I think this is a major key right now, especially for the new moon, where balance is within ourselves. We are being urged to have balance and to find a way to become balanced. And knowing that things around us are at this point in imbalance as it goes through transformation. So being patient with that too, and not getting caught up in the drama that is happening. What I do is I'll send love into the world. I will pray for the world. I will send intention for peace and for balance and truth discovery within the world, and try to maintain my balance for myself. So that is the first card, camel. The second card we have is cat. Ooh, love it. Be relaxed and independent, Archangel Raphael. And this is a sweet cat. Archangel Raphael is the holy healer. So he heals on all levels of healing. So spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So the cat is saying and reminding us to be relaxed and independent. Well, with everything going on here, it's really hard to not take into account all of the energies that are there that are affecting us in one way or another. And independence or dependent upon others, dependent upon maybe other corporations or groups, may not be the right thing to do right now. The new moon, I know it sounds like it's a weekly reading, but basically this new moon is bringing in a lot of contemplation, and is looking at where we stand at this time. What is it that we need to deal with? What is going to help in making an easier transition, because we are going through a transition. We're going through many, many changes, and knowing that humanity is a little bit adverse to change, then this is where it's just giving you some little tips and tidbits to know that the new moon it's part of the scenario that's happening right now. It's not just one day or 3 days before, 3 days after. It's kind of where we're sitting right now in the moment of time, but it's kind of ongoing at this time. So we're going to look at the cat, which I thought is interesting because it's right after the camel. About cats. All felines originate from Orion, the constellation of enlightenment and wisdom, and are highly evolved fifth dimensional psychic beings. Domestic cats watch over and protect the homes where they live, while big cats are watchers and protectors of the planet. They are all healers. Cats know how to relax at a deep core level so that they can access pure spiritual guidance and spread this information to humans and animals. They bring qualities of enlightenment to Earth and help to raise the frequency of everyone in their vicinity. These highly independent animals do not need humans, but they have offered to serve and help us on our spiritual journey. So the message is this. When you receive this card, you are reminded that everything you need to know is already within you. Take time to let yourself relax and surrender to the divine, in order to access your innate wisdom and knowing. Then be aware you will be raising your frequency as well as that of those around you. When you are centered and calm, Archangel Raphael connects with you and your psychic and spiritual awareness develops. You spread peace, love, and healing. Being centered in yourself confers protection on you, your home, and your loved ones as the universe watches over you. It also enables the angelic realms to bring you your heart's desire. You are invited to be courageous and independent today and do what is right for you. Remember that if something is for your highest good, it is for the highest good of those around you too. So that's why I say knowing the truth may not be the same for that around you or those people that are around you, but it will also affect them. So it's a very interesting reading about the cats. I think just as we know what cats are like, this kind of offers this beautiful knowledge and wisdom, which we're looking at a lot of animals do have, that they have a very innate wisdom and a way of connecting with the universe in very easy forms. So when we look at this card, it's basically saying, well, try to relax. Relax as the cat does. Give yourself the permission to allow the divine to work through you. Because as the universe works through you, you help the rest of the world. It starts with you. So how they say, basically, put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on to somebody else, is basically saying you need to take care of you. You need to look at where you stand first. And whatever you do for yourself, you will send out ripples into everybody else around you, your internal net of individuals. And then each one of those individuals have an internal net as well. So it spreads like crazy, like a net all around the world, like a nicely woven tapestry, shall we say. That's the way that the world kind of works. So cats remain calm. They're saying centered and calm. Once again, there is an undercurrent of balance, to maintain balance. And this may mean to, well, breathe. Number one, breathe. Take a few moments to actually take 3 deep, soul-earned breaths so that you can relax. Let your shoulders come down from your ears, because sometimes we're going around like this. That is allowing us to become centered and also attributes to us becoming calm and balanced. And there's a few guidance exercises that can be done as well to increase that balanced state. So I do find that this is also saying that you are protected. At this time, no matter what is happening, you are protected. You are secure. And believing that your security is or comes from somewhere else kind of does you a disservice. You are secure. The universe watches over you. Keeping that in mind, we'll go to the next card. Cat, camel, or camel and cat, and butterfly. Be ready to transform with wisdom. Love this. Archangel Raphael. There we go. That's beautiful. We are in a transformation mode, hugely transformative. And I mean, the new moon is all about manifestation. So what do you want to manifest? How do you want to manifest in this world? Do you want yourself to be vibrant and maintain, that balanced state, that self-assurance, that courageousness that you already have? Or will you believe everything around you that is coming to you in all these different types of forms, whether they are positive truths, or just an extraneous pull on the truth? So this is where the challenges that we have at this time are to discern what is truth, what is a form of wisdom that we have within us, which is called intuition, using your intuition to determine the truth, and also staying balanced and centered at this time. The butterfly, let's read a little bit about the butterfly here. About butterflies, butterflies originate from Orion, the constellation of wisdom. Wisdom seems to be a very big undercurrent here, and are fifth dimensional insects. They are messengers of angels, and their auras contain archangel codes, which help you connect with those beings of light. If a butterfly flutters near you, it may be bringing a message or reminding you how loved you are. Part of their soul mission is to bring joy. Butterflies go through an incredible metamorphosis from egg to caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly before they spread their wings. Their main soul mission is to demonstrate that change is possible, and so is massive spiritual growth. Their service work is to pollinate, though to a lesser degree than bees. So the message is this: when you receive the butterfly card, you are advised that that it is time for profound transformation. You are ready to emerge from your cocoon. Do not rush this. You need a phase of relaxation and calm before you spread your wings. Use this period for a life review to help you decide what you want to change. And remember that the process is inevitable. You will emerge as a different spiritual person. See the world through eyes of expectation and do everything with a new joy and lightness. Stay in harmony and peace. Remember, you are a beloved child of the universe, and that wondrous possibilities are becoming available to you. You will be protected and supported as you explore the new. You are an emissary for the angels, carrying angel light in your energy fields. People will see or sense your inner beauty and respond to you with love and happiness. This is profound. Just more recently as well, I've been talking to some of my friends about what transformations we're going through. And I do believe that we all are going through a huge spiritual transformation. I want to say spiritual with the best intentions, with no religious undertones or anything like this. Is basically more of the non-denominational type of spiritual. We're saying that we are all going through transformation. Not only is the world going through transformation, the earth is going through transformation, the solar system is going through transformation. We are getting carried along for the ride. And as we go through this, because not all of us are aware, I guess, of the matter that we hold within us, the fact that our bodies, our minds, our spirits are so much more than what we think we have, that it can become extremely uncomfortable because we're not 100% sure where it's going to lead. Right now, if you stay in the present moment, balanced, calm, relaxed, and you're able to just stay in that moment, take a nice deep breath, rather than looking ahead or looking behind you, looking to the future, looking to the past. Because the more once you look to the future or the past, all of a sudden you get into your head. You just basically get into, oh my gosh, what is happening? What do I do with this? What do I do with that? And your mind just starts to, go absolutely nuts with trying to figure things out. This is not a time of analysis. This is not a time to try and think your way out of this. Be prepared in any way, shape, or form. I mean, the butterfly does that. The butterfly is being prepared for something greater than it actually is, if you think about it. And I don't know if you know exactly what a butterfly or caterpillar goes through before becoming a butterfly. They actually completely turn to goo inside the cocoon. Or a chrysalis. They're basically transforming at every level they turn into nothingness, really. And then from that, they become this incredible butterfly. So if you take that analogy and you actually put it towards us, wowzers, we are definitely turning into something that we have never, ever seen before. We might have seen it in meditation or basically in our intuition, but we really, with our own eyes, physically, we haven't actually seen what we can turn into. So, this is a beautiful way of saying, with the energy of the new moon, what would you like to turn into? The infinite possibilities are there for you. So, the next deck that we have is the Monology cards. And the first card that we have here is Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Now, funny that we are in August, which is the sign of Leo at this time, then it goes to Virgo. And we've got a new moon. So, like I said, you can't make this stuff up. Sometimes the messages come up in a different scenario, but this is pretty profound. Confidence is your key to success. This has actually been coming up for me lately when I'm doing my own readings. And I find it very interesting that confidence, because we're born with confidence. Just so you know, we are born with strength. We are strength and confidence. It's times where your emotions or the energy of the emotions actually overcome the energy and vibration that you already have in the strength and the guidance that makes you lose or doubt that you have the strength or confidence. So it's very interesting to see that confidence is coming up right now, knowing that we're going through such a huge transformation. So hang on a sec here. I'm gonna grab this. So a new moon in Leo, it's quite a profound time to actually remember that you have the confidence to go through this, and knowing that is the key to your success. This card heralds the start of a new cycle for you, when you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit. And that means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you're asking about a creative project you're working on. Alternatively, it can herald good news or a new start for your children. Attune to the moon. Make time to have fun. And that also goes right in line with that relaxing and calm. This is time for you. Additional meanings for this card could include, it's time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light. Show and have some pride. Spoil yourself, you've earned it, or you've turned someone's head. The teaching. Leo is the sign of the big and brave-hearted lion of pride and showmanship and flirting. The energy around the new moon in Leo, and therefore around this card whenever you pick it, is hot and generous. The energy loves itself, and so should you. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this new moon card and the Leo new moon comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. This is beautiful. This is just basically saying, no matter who you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what physical characteristics that you have in all countries, you are beautiful. And this is saying that be lovely in your skin. Love the skin you're in. Have the confidence that you can make a difference in this world. And by staying grounded and centered, you are full of respect. You are full of life, full of courage. It all resides within you. All you have to do is change your perspective to actually recognize that that is who you are. And it's a perfect way to actually come up right now too, saying how you have the wisdom within you. You've been many, 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 many different people in your lifetime. And one may have or show a perspective that looks much different than another. Physically, you've been everything and everyone. So going within, finding that wisdom, knowing that you have the courage, and you've had the courage of ancient wisdom from times before in this particular lifetime to actually make your life a success, no matter what you see around you. It's about you as the one person. Because remember, the one person, when they take care of that one person, you're taking care of the collective because you are attached. So, this is a beautiful one to really recognize and remember that you are a beautiful soul. And remember it. Remember to that point that you could be the beacon of light for other people. You are now showing up that light, and others will take notice. This is not something that says, it's not in an ego type of way. This is basically saying, this is your countenance. You are a being of light on this planet, and you are here because you're beautiful. Shine your beauty. The next card we have, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. So like I said, there's very different, the message will be applicable for now, but even though it says it's full moon in Pisces. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So this is something of that calm, relaxed state. If you're in a meditative state, you also have to know that practically around you, you have life to live, right? You have a material world to live in. So with that, it's that balance of both the spiritual, knowing and taking care of your inner soul, your inner self, as well as the outer physical self. And so we're going to look at the full moon at this time, the full moon in Pisces, and see what is said about that. Have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issue may now come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Attune with the moon, meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. Additional meanings for this card could include, you're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate, or avoid substance abuse. The teaching, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. When the moon is full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's a time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numinous Piscean energies that have no borders, so feel your way now. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces, and soulmates now connect. It's also a time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears. And that's actually a new moon energy as well. With the full moon, we are letting go of things. It does herald the end of a cycle. And the new moon, which we're entering at this point, is that which we want to manifest and or desire. So what this basically is saying is, allow yourself to answer questions by being in meditation. Meditation can be basically doing what you really love with a very single focus. So focusing on, even if you're walking, if you're taking a walk and you're very much in the zone, as they say, whatever it takes you there, whatever takes you to the zone, you don't necessarily have to be sitting cross-legged with your eyes closed. Meditative states can actually be achieved by doing other things. And we have actually done that too. All of us have meditated before. And that type of meditation is when you are at one with the universe, when the focus is only on what it is that you're doing. A lot of people, musicians will do that, artists will do that, um, actors will do that. Anybody who's jogging or walking and thinking of one thing and not like a list of groceries or whatever. If you're basically focused on one aspect, one thing, whether it's silence, your breath, your music, anything of that sort, anything that is one line focus puts you into a meditative state. And so once you were there, this is basically saying to come down from not from thinking outside and knowing that basically, well, for lack of a better analogy, thinking about the future all the time or thinking about the past all the time, coming down to the practical of where you are at right now in your life. Don't analyze, just know it. And also knowing that it's spiritually within yourself, you do have a place to go to have solitude and calm. And with that in line with the success and knowing that you are a beautiful soul, there's much to be said when you're actually in that state. A lot happens and a lot goes on. Even though you are focused on one particular thing, a lot is happening to you. So allow that to occur. The balance between the two sometimes can be hard to take into account, the spirituality and the practical times of where you are right now, reality wise. However, they're saying don't go out on a limb here and do too much all at once, or try to focus on just on doing all sorts of things, multitasking to a degree that's way beyond the comfort level. But basically, do what is right for you at this time and relax. Take the time to calm and relax. So, last in this card deck is conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Now, the conclusions, I believe they're also, we talked about the full moon. I think this is kind of telling a story here. Confidence is your key to success. Balance spirituality and practicality, which is a great way to actually have the key to success. And conclusions are within reach. Now, we are coming into a full moon as well after the new moon, of course. And we will see a lot of conclusions of different things, whether it's within ourselves, whether it's within a career, whether it's within the world. We will start to see some conclusions. Now, conclusions don't mean that something is about to end in particular. Doesn't always have to mean that, but it could just mean the conclusion to a story, knowing that, oh, this is the outcome. So keeping that in mind, we're going to go to the full moon eclipse, and we're going to just read and see if there's anything else that you need to know about the eclipse. Just full moon eclipse, pardon me if I said new moon. So full moon eclipse. And conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. And just like that, a door slams shut. If you've pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking is about to reach a peak or has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it may be. Forgiving someone for what they did, forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases it so that you can move on. Attune to the moon. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. That is a beautiful, beautiful affirmation. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. Additional meanings that could be specific to you. Doors which slam shut now will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Seed control and let events unfold. The teaching, full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. Full moon eclipses are the same, but on steroids. A full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it portends change, something many of us are uncomfortable with. But change is a part of life. And this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of that fact. Full moon eclipses can also give us a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. We've been doing that a lot through 2020 and also through much of 2021. If at this time we are dealing with the darker sides of ourselves and any type of emotional turmoil that we've dealt with in the past that will come up as a karmic influence, to deal with it again, so that once we deal with it differently, then the cycle will break and that conclusion, that completion will happen. So this is saying that we're still going through this, that at this particular time of the new moon, we are going to be entering another eclipse season fairly soon in the fall. And when we do, there may be more of the dark sides of us that we will have to deal with. And it says it's not going to go away. You're just going to have to deal with that part. This all comes with everything that we've seen in this and all of the decks of cards. That brings that confidence as well. When you deal with anything that has been really difficult in your past, what you do is you set it free from you. And setting that free gives you that peace, that calm, that relaxation, the growth and the wisdom of the soul. So this is a time of all sorts of things happening, which I think is kind of interesting, because it's not just what's happening on the outside, because we do see a whole lot of chaos on the outside, but there is a chaotic sense on the inside, because that's what the butterfly goes through. I mean, for growth, the change may not be comfortable, but it is inevitable. So why not make light of it and love it just the same? That's that new moon in Leo that we're seeing. Love it just the same. Don't focus on it too much. Don't, give it so much reverence that it's going to make you feel terrible about it. Just let it happen. Accept it for what it is, and then let it go. So the next deck of cards that we're working with is the Soul's Journey. And the first card that we have is humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Great way to look at things right now, especially if you watch the news. I stopped watching the news a long time ago. So this is beautiful humor, and I love the symbol that they have there too. Humor, if you notice as well, this card is green. Humor has to do with the heart, to allow that heart to become very happy and joyful, heartfelt. Humor is wonderful to tap into the heart. So let's look at humor and see what it has to say. There are definitely parts of life that require your serious attention, but you have to learn to have fun. Didn't we have a card like that said learn to have fun as well? Don't neglect things that bring you joy or make you laugh. Besides, the health benefits to your physical body, your emotional and mental bodies reap huge rewards from the art of joy. Seek out the people who make you feel good about being alive. Avoid cynicism and pessimism. Always look at your cup as being half full instead of half empty. The endless chatter of this physical dimension can seep into your conscious mind, so do your best to listen to happy music, read soul-enriching fiction, and be wary of movies or TV shows that can darken your mood. Happy people attract happy people. And that is truth. It is a perspective too, though. When you look at the humor in anything, when you look at the way somebody actually taps into humor, or that somebody who makes you feel really good, what's beautiful about that is, and we already know that it taps into the endorphins that are being released into our bodies. There's hormonal exchanges or changes that happen that actually allow us to feel it. So it's a chemical reaction that allows us to feel the aspect of joy, but also it's a perspective. If you're looking at something and it's if you have the outset that, oh my goodness, oh, this is just horrifying, oh my goodness, it's terrible, you look at that, then what you're doing is you're taking those beautiful endorphins, you're taking them down and down and down and down and down. But if you look at the brighter side of that, the glass half full, now you're starting to see a different perspective. And the more you do see something like that, the better the outcome will be, or perceived outcome will be better. And that is the power of positive thinking. If you are thinking beautifully about something, okay, let's look at this world right now. We have restrictions beyond control. Now I'm serious. We have restrictions beyond control and beyond our control for sure. And we have a lot of chaos with people fighting back against some of this control. So when you look at that, what do you see? Do you see like, oh my gosh, it's terrible the way things are going? It's just, oh my goodness, it's just, it's horrifying. When is this ever going to stop? Do you have an opinion? Do you have a bias towards it? Do you have a bias towards one group or another? When you look at it from a different perspective and you see, wow, we have some groups that are basically fighting for freedom, fighting for their rights, fighting for something. It's their perspective. It is their want and desire to change what they're seeing and actually say, okay, you know what? They're going through something right now. We're all going through something right now. So what can I do? Physically, I'm not 100% sure what I can do, but what I can do mentally, emotionally, and spiritually is send love into the world. So take a moment, close your eyes, fall deeply into your body and say, I send love into the world. I send love into the world for peace. And see how that makes you feel. We are way more powerful than you think. So even our thoughts and consciousness have energy and it can get out there. So if you feel powerless, you're not. Humor. Be funny. The second card that we have is trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Beautifully. This is tapping into, of course, our spiritual guides as well as our intuition. And at this time, a lot of us are getting a ton of downloads. I call them downloads because sometimes you just can't sleep. Either that or it's menopause, one or the other. That's just me being humorous. So anyways, what I'm saying is trust yourself, trust your guides, and that your intuition is leading you in the right direction. The earth can be a tricky place, but you have been given a tool to help you navigate through the murky waters, your intuition. You must learn to tell the difference between ego talk and soul talk, and then trust your soul. Once you get into the habit of following your intuition, you will come to practice and discernment externally. You will be able to know if a person or situation is trustworthy. But it all begins with listening to your inner voice. Exercise it like a muscle. And when you determine that it is always right, that wisdom will spread out and influence everything that you do. Decisions will seem easier. Your soul only wants what is best for you, and you must learn to trust it. I think that that speaks for itself. I don't think I have much more to say about that part. Trust that inner part of you. But I will kind of speak a little bit upon those downloads, that our soul, our intuition is guided by many downloads that come either through meditation, through waking states. Many people are starting to recognize that now too, and through the dream time. And if you have downloads, basically sometimes that could actually be ringing in your ears. It's a temporary thing, not a continuous, not tinnitus. It's basically a ringing in your ears that comes and then goes. And that could be that your guides are also speaking to you in a different frequency. So you're basically getting this ringing and it's just, oh, okay, so what are they saying? Well, don't try to discern it. Don't try to figure it out. Just allow it to come in and let go. Because that information will be tapped into when you need it. So all these downloads will basically, I find that when I get a lot of downloads, I either cannot sleep very well, or I wake up periodically throughout the night, or I am getting those, the ringing in the ears a little bit more. And that tends to be the download that whatever information you need kind of gets stored in that subconscious and then is able to be or grabbed when it needs to be. Your inner self, your inner guidance system actually takes account and will pull it out of the subconscious when it needs to along your journey. So trust that your inner guidance system is working and that you are moving along your path the way it should be for you. The last card that we have today is abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Now, that is a new moon thing. We can manifest. The new moon is the beginning of a new cycle. So what this is urging you to think of is, what do I want? I can tell you one thing I want right now is peace. Peace on the outer scale and peace on the inner scale. And abundance is what we are supposed to have all the time, as long as we see things as abundance. In fact, we are abundant. We are abundant as we are and as we stand right now. How many things can you be grateful for? Think of anything. I am grateful for the roof over my head. I am grateful for fantastic landlords. I'm very grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my mom, who has the strength that I have never seen before in any other person. And I love her so much. She suffered a stroke last year and she lives with us. And we've been seeing some ongoing things with her, how she is recovering and digressing. But what I see is a strong, amazing woman. And I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful and feel abundant to have that love. I feel it with being in my home and knowing that I have a lot that I can be grateful for. The food that I'm able to eat, the fact that I have everything on me that works. So anything that you can be grateful for carries you right into that abundance. And the more you are grateful, the more abundant you get. So abundance. Always remember that you are God, and God is all about creation. God says yes. The ego says no. In order to have abundance in all areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving and know that you are deserving of anything your heart desires. The more you can release limited thinking and worry, the more open you are to receiving the infinite flow of the universe. Allow yourself to have fun when manifesting what you want in life and enjoy the process. By embracing a positive mindset, you are opening the door to unexpected abundance. It is natural to have abundance in your life, and you must realize that any thoughts of limitedness may have come from either a past life or a life condition you have chosen to overcome. They could also originate from programming that you received from the environment you grew up in. and the value systems you were taught when you were young. Now is the time to begin to live with the realization that you are worthy of having abundance in every aspect of your life. When you are in the vibration of receiving, you can manifest whatever you desire in this physical reality. That is that said. So, telling the story throughout this reading about the new moon definitely has a lot. It's pretty loaded, actually. And I know that the energy of the new moon is very pertinent to change, to manifestation, and to beginnings of something new and different. What this is urging you to be is limitless, to recognize you're limitless, and to know that you are a being of light, of the universe, of God, of creation, of spirit. Take that and know that you are going to be okay. You are going to be okay. And use that as the glass half full in your daily affirmations. I will be okay. I am okay. I hope you enjoyed this reading for the new moon. And I'm wishing you the best in this new moon day, as well as the energy that follows. There's energy leading to it and an energy of this that follows. And if you like this reading, please like with the button below, as well as subscribe to my channel. I really love doing these things for you. And it's my journal for myself, actually. And I find that these are absolutely incredible when I see them afterwards. They tell a story like no other. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the weekly reading. Bye for now.